Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is April 24th, last full week of April. I can't believe that.
And it still feels like January.
It still feels like, and this just in, it feels like January.
Seriously.
Good stuff. All right, we're going to get to the weather in a minute and flood updates. We want to remind you, of course, you can watch this live every morning, but then anytime on your Facebook feed throughout the day, also on your InForum YouTube channel. And we make this into a podcast every day, so just go to inforum.com/podcast, and you can look for the InForum Minute, and you find it there. It lives on forever and ever and ever. So we have a lot of news headlines to get to, but of course, the weather is a big story once again today, and river levels. You want to start with the forecast?
Yeah, it's really quiet actually next few days, which is nice. Just a few clouds today, sunny skies tomorrow, middle 40s to upper 40s, and then the 50s for tomorrow. Really not much of a wind. It should be a nice couple of days.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, awesome. It's very nice. And then we are tracking a chance of showers middle of the week through Friday, Wednesday through Friday, and really through Saturday too. But we'll just continue to watch that. Not looking like a huge significant system, but it is looking like there'll be moisture scattered showers around the area. So something we'll continue to track. Of course, all the river forecasts, all of them have this moisture built into them already, which you can see. And a lot of rivers have already had a crest, especially to the south. Fargo has had a crest. It looks like Harwood, that's what I'm thinking of, right? Yeah.
The Cheyenne
Harwood is slowly starting to decrease.
I think major flood stage 91 feet. Yep. It was like 90.6, but now it's like
89.
90.
It's like 89.9.
Oh, it's 89 now. Okay, so yeah, it is going down.
And Hallstatt also is on the way down. Now, Grand Forks, Oslo, and Drayton. Grand Forks expect to stay steady, same as Drayton, Oslo, maybe rise a couple more feet as we go into the end of the week. So the Northern Valley still staying steady with this moisture we're expecting to get. But this weekend, and although Friday we really hated getting that snow, those colder temperatures really helped the rivers catch up. By catching up, I mean like get the water north up to the Hudson Bay, of course, as quickly as possible. And no more melting was going into the river because temperatures were too cold, at least for the most part. So that actually helped us quite a bit, those colder temperatures. And this morning, once again, we had a lot of spots in the 20s and the teens for a couple of spots. So it was a chilly morning, no doubt about it. But that helped us out in the flood outlook. So that's good. Right. Other than that, really not much. It's the last week of April.
Do you want to talk about why you're tired? And probably a lot of other people are tired. And if you're on Facebook, you know what we're talking about because it's all over.
Northern Lights, I went on Northern Lights chasing. I always do. It was fun. I was out there with Jessie, and she came out there after the 10, and we were out there for 2 hours. Oh, wow. It was good. Got back 1, and I was back here at 4. So I had like 3 hours of sleep. That's okay. That's Northern Lights for you.
Are you going to remember this conversation later, you think?
Probably not. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the 11 o'clock today. It's going to be rough.
You might need to go home and take a little, sneak in a little nap before the 11. You got a little time.
I wish.
And then you'll oversleep the 11. And
exactly, then Scott will do the 11 and the weather.
Not only are you doing the 11, you're also doing weather. You're like, it's funny. Wait, not funny.
Yeah. But seriously, though, those Northern Lights photos all over social media, they're beautiful. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, it was good. It turned out, got clear skies. It's always tricky. Like I saw it Friday night. I saw the impact of the sun. The sun's flare. It released a CME, and I was like, all right. Friday night, I was like, it's probably going to hit Sunday night. And it did. It's just like, hopefully it has to hit just right. There's a lot of different things that go into Aurora. You have to have like 5 or 6 things go right. And everything did go right last night. So it's good.
Do you think we'll see him tonight again?
Not as good as last night for sure. Okay. Last night was really good. Actually, would have been perfect. It was yesterday afternoon. Just we had the sun out. Yesterday afternoon was actually when the conditions were the highest. And actually, if you look at there's pictures from like Europe, and it was already dark. So like yesterday, like 2 to like 4 o'clock. That's when it was the strongest. But of course, we had daylight. But we still got a good show last night. No doubt about it. It was still a fantastic show. But it could have been better if we just were darker.
And if you have some great pictures that you got, email.
Yeah, we have probably, I think Lydia opened like 20-some emails this morning, and that's only from like 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Plus whatever, of course, came in this morning during First News, plus whatever you sent last night during the 10 o'clock. So probably have close to 50, 60 photos of the Northern Lights, which we love to see.
Yeah, since you can never have too many.
Never have too many.
Weather at WDAY.com?
That's it.
Okay.
That's the one.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Good stuff. All right, thank you.
All right, off script a little, Lisa, but I know we're rolling on this right now on our devices, but they're taking down some of the barriers on the bridge this morning. I don't know exactly what street that is, but maybe you know.
Yeah, so it's the temporary that go up in downtown Fargo. I know Lydia had posted this. I can look it up. Is it First? Lydia, we're looking for you to First Ave.
First
Okay.
Avenue, yeah, they're taking down some barriers there right now, which is
The flood walls, the temporary flood walls they put up
Yeah.
when the red gets, somewhat high. So yeah, we're looking right now and
Just east of the forum.
just
Okay.
east of the forum. So
okay, cool. So
yeah,
that's an update on the flood.
breaking
fight, I guess.
right now as it is happening. How good are you? Like, look at that.
There it goes.
This just in. So anyway, but that's good news if you drive in the downtown. It's
Yeah.
also just a good sign that, we're heading in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
The floodwaters, at least at the red in Fargo, are going down. But of course, like Dillon said, we'll continue tracking the red as it goes north.
Yes, exactly.
A big story that we've been talking about this quite a bit this morning, and we're kind of watching the video. You're probably hearing people talk about this shocking video online right now of an officer-involved shooting that happened in Bismarck over the weekend. The 34-year-old suspect got out of his car with a gun, and that's when police opened fire. But if I kind of back up a little bit, this all happened. It started with a chase, I believe. Actually, the shooting happened at an Exxon gas station near South Washington Street in Bismarck. But what we know right now from Bismarck police is that 34-year-old Kyle Johnson started a chase with police while speeding into Bismarck, and witnesses are telling police that he was actually shooting at random cars out of his car in town. So scary
Very
stuff.
scary.
He stopped at the gas station. That's when he got out of the car with a pistol in his hand.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where the video got a little, I don't want to say fuzzy, but there's some debate of whether the guy was holding the gun to his head. And then the police shot at the suspect, who was Johnson. All of this happened. Johnson was then taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, now being held in the Burley Morton Detention Center, facing charges of fleeing, reckless endangerment. Also, he had a felony arrest warrant for drugs. Officers that were involved are now on administrative leave as the North Dakota BCI pieces together what exactly all happened here. So there's going to be more details that, of course, come out. Johnson could appear in court as early as this morning, though his hearing was not yet scheduled in the court system online when we last checked. So we don't know the exact one.
Okay, but we're tracking the details. We'll be following the story closely for updates for you. So stay with WDAY and also InForum.com for updates on that story. Okay, lane closures are coming. We're talking about flood walls coming down. That's a good thing, but
so
still
the
dealing
orange
with
cones go up.
yeah, and there's still really snow on the ground.
Yeah.
There's still a few piles, but yeah, lane closures will start today on I-94 for upcoming construction on the Maple River Bridge, which is just west of Fargo. We're going to be down to one lanes and rerouting of traffic east and westbound. Slowing down as well, which everybody loves, 40 to 55 mile per hour speed limits. They will be enforced. This project just getting started today, but won't wrap up until September. So welcome to construction season.
That's right. All right. Meantime, the I-29 exit ramp along 32nd Avenue South in Fargo is back open after a large grass fire forced police to block the area off last night. Firefighters had to hose down a large area right next to the off-ramp. This all happened last night. The ramp was closed while that was all going on, and the firefighters were putting out the flames. It's now reopened this morning, so you shouldn't have any issues, but we are still working to find out what exactly sparked the flames.
And talking about fires, we are still working to learn more details about an apartment fire that happened in Fargo over the weekend. Hoping to learn the cause today. It happened at the Dock 9 Apartments on 9th Avenue in Fargo. When firefighters arrived, they could see like heavy black smoke coming from a window. We had video on this morning. You could just see that it had been billowing out of that. Apparently, they were able to contain it to that one apartment, but we do know one person was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Firefighters tell WDAY that person tried to put the fire out themselves.
Yeah.
And caused that problem.
All right, today the Minnesota State House is set to vote on a bill that would legalize recreational marijuana in the state. The vote comes after months of committee hearings and changes. The bill would allow adults 21 years and older to use cannabis products and would actually erase misdemeanor marijuana convictions from criminal records. Cannabis products was also carrying 8% sales tax. The bill now goes to the state Senate if it passes in the House today. And then after that, it would go to Governor Tim Walz, who has already said that he would sign the bill if the legislature approves it.
This is a big story that affects so many people as we're
Yeah.
getting ready, for summer, if it ever comes and we can start fishing. The price of your fishing license might actually be going up. And it doesn't matter if you live in North Dakota or Minnesota. Both are looking at some changes. Minnesota has passed a massive natural resources bill that would raise the price of a license from $25 to $30 for Minnesotans. Those living out of state would actually see a 35% increase. And that would, of course, affect so many people who live in Fargo who have a lake country home for the summer.
Yep.
$62 instead of $46. That bill is now headed to the Senate. In North Dakota, a $5 increase to non-resident licenses has already been discussed by the House Senate Committee. However, in state, no increase proposed, at least right now.
All right, national headlines this morning. WDAY, we were tracking breaking news this morning that we had during First News. The Minnesota Department of Corrections confirmed that Kim Potter has been released from prison. You may recall she was the former Brooklyn Center, Minnesota police officer who was convicted of manslaughter. Potter shot and killed Daunte Wright during a traffic stop. This happened 2 years ago to this month. She was sentenced to 2 years in prison, ended up serving 16 months. She'll be on supervised probation for the next 8 months.
This morning, the American Embassy in Sudan is temporarily closed, and American diplomats and their family members are safely on their way out of the area. The Biden administration says just under 100 American diplomats, embassy staff, and their families were evacuated over the weekend. Hundreds of people have died there just recently. In recent days, additional U.S. military support was deployed near Sudan for preparations of potential evacuations of the embassy because of the ramped up violence that's happening down there right now.
Yeah.
And we talked about this quite a bit this morning on First News as well. Just another headline that I know a lot of people are talking about. We like to talk about shows on ABC here as well. You maybe heard that Len Goodman, the long-serving head judge of Dancing with the Stars, has died at the age of 78. So I know you're going to hear a lot kind of the tributes, life and legacy. It's a sad story.
Yeah, it is. But to celebrate him, obviously Dancing with the Stars has been on for a long time.
Yeah.
Very successful, and of course he was a big part of making the show
Absolutely.
successful. All right, also something exciting coming up this week, the NFL Draft, and former NDSU standout Cody Mauch is hoping to be a first-round pick. Of course, we're going to bring you updates on this with local coverage all week long on First News and all of our other newscasts on WDAY. You'll be able to watch the draft on WDAY. Round 1 starts Thursday night at 7. Rounds 2 and 3 Friday night starting at 6. Rest of the draft, rounds 4 through 7, will be starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And we're also going to have some coverage of the local prospects as well.
Yeah, of course, we're all excited for Cody Mauch and the whole town of Hankinson. We all feel like we're from Hankinson right now, but Dom Izzo and Logan Campbell are actually going to be heading down to Hankinson and doing a show live there on Friday. Of course, he could go first round, and that would be on Thursday. So then they'll just be there for the party, but who knows? There's going to be a party Thursday, Friday, all into the weekend, as well as we track what he does, where he goes. And of course, we'll be talking with his friends and family and following all of the, potential draft picks in our area. So
And that's later this week, but today you can watch Hot Mic with Dom Izzo from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra and InForum.com. You can be sure he's going to be talking about the draft.
Absolutely, draft week for sure. Remember, now's a great time to get your InForum.com subscription. Of course, there's a ton of great sports news there, and especially we have our Bison Sports Zone. It's all in one spot. So 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal for your all-access pass to InForum.com.
Yeah, take advantage of that. And we got you covered on air the rest of the day. Again, we're going to be on the air at 11, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 with all your local news, national headlines, and weather updates as well.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.